Good morning, friends. I've got Abby here. She's talking right now. There's Abby. Hello, Abby. You're my good girl. Oh, she's staring at me. Hey, I'm talking to my friends. Okay. I miss seeing everybody, but I love reading you a story. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, one more time. Abs was just yawning here. Abs, what do you think about all these children? She's my critic. She's listening to me read. Okay, here we go. Today's book is called The Curious Cow. This cow is very curious. Let's see what she does. Oh my goodness, this reminds me of when my children were little. It's so much fun. There's the cow. Her name is Katie. Katie was Farmer Green's cow. She was a pretty cow. She gave good milk. Farmer Green and Mrs. Green liked Katie. And there is Farmer Green and Mrs. Green, and there's Katie. Look at her long eyelashes. She's a beautiful cow, and the sun is out, and the green pastures. And look at that. That must be the home of Farmer Green and his wife. Let's see what happens. Katie was a good cow. She stood still while Farmer Green milked her. She never hurt anyone. Katie was a good cow in every way but one. Katie was too curious. Look at her watching the butterfly right there. She always wanted to find out about the grass in the neighbor's field. It looked greener. Was it better grass? Katie wanted to know. She saw a place to go through the fence. Uh-oh. Look at her going through the fence. There was an opening, and there goes Katie. Uh-oh, there's Farmer Green. The grass was just the same as Farmer Green's grass. Katie liked it better anyway, but Farmer Green did not like it. Katie, he said, you bad cow. Uh-oh, look at Katie's eating the grass right there. Another day, Katie saw a garden gate open. She could see pretty green plants in the garden. Were they as good to eat as they looked? Katie wanted to know. So there she goes into the garden. I see she has a carrot. She's looking, I think, to the tomatoes. Katie's very curious. She's inspecting other places. The plants were good. Katie liked them, but Farmer Green did not like it. My carrots, my tomatoes. Bad Katie, said Farmer Green. Uh-oh, Katie looks kind of sad. One day, Katie saw something white flying over the fence. Was it good to eat? Katie wanted to know. She tried to eat the white things. She tried all of them. Katie did not like them. Do you see what she's eating? There's laundry that is hanging on the clothesline. And look at Katie. She grabbed a towel or a sheet, maybe a pillowcase, a t-shirt, we don't know. But she's trying to eat it. And she looks like, oh, this doesn't taste so good. Katie's very curious. Uh-oh. Mrs. Green did not like it when she saw Katie. Oh, no, said Mrs. Green. Look, my wash. Bad, bad Katie. Oh, there she, look at what Katie has hanging out of her mouth. A sock. But she was good most of the time. She was bad only when she was very, very curious. Farmer Green and Mrs. Green still liked Katie. There's Mrs. Green, There's Farmer Green. He has a mustache. You can see his mustache. And he's petting Katy because he still loves Katy, but Katy gets in trouble. One day, Katy was in the yard. It was a warm day. The door to the house was open. What was on the other side of the door? Katy wanted to know. Katy went up the steps. The door was just big enough for Katy to get through. Katy was in the kitchen. Uh-oh. Up the steps went Katy into the kitchen. There's the refrigerator. There's a table. And now she's looking at the stove, and there's a frying pan with eggs. Uh-oh. What's Katy going to do? Katy moved her head. Bang went the pan. Katy moved her tail. Crash went some glasses. Mrs. Green came running. Uh-oh, there's Mrs. Green, the farmer's wife. She heard Katy. There go the glasses. Katy's tail is up. Katy's gonna get in trouble. Help, help, said Mrs. Green. Katy is in the kitchen. Farmer Green came running. Bad Katy, said Farmer Green. A cow should not be in the kitchen. Get out, get out. Farmer Green led Katy through the doorway. He tried to lead her down the steps, but Katy just looked at him with her big, sad eyes. Katy seemed to say, I can go up the steps, but I cannot go down the steps. Okay, so there's Mrs. Green. There's the farmer trying. The fried eggs are on the ground there, trying to push the cow, push Katy, pull Katy down the steps. But Katy's very reluctant. She doesn't want to do that. Poor Farmer Green. He pushed and he pulled, but Katy could not go down the steps. Farmer Green did not know what to do. Oh, look at Katy's asleep on the top of the steps. Farmer Green looks kind of mad. You can tell he's wondering, what am I going to do? Then he had an idea. He put big boards on the steps. Ah, there you go. He put boards on the steps, wooden boards. Katy could go down the boards. Good Katy, Farmer Green said, but please stay out of our kitchen. Look at Katy has a smile on her face, and I think so does Farmer Green. He solved the problem. One day, Farmer Green could not find Katy. Mrs. Green could not find Katy. They looked everywhere, in the barn, in the field, in the neighbors' fields, but no one could find Katy. Then Farmer Green heard the dog bark. He followed the dog. He heard something. Moo! Moo! It was Katy. Moo! Moo! But where was she? Farmer Green looked. They're looking for Katy. There's a duck. There's the red barn. Mrs. Green is looking. I see a chicken. I think maybe she's in the chicken coop. And the dog started to bark. Farmer Green is running after the dog, and they hear mooing. It's probably Katy. Let's see what happens. There was Katy. She was in a big hole. Katy could not get out. She was sad. Farmer Green was sad too. He did not know how to get Katy out. The neighbors came. There's Katy right there. The neighbors came. They tried to put a rope around Katy and pull her out. That did not help. Let's see what's going to happen here. There's Farmer Green and the dog looking down a hole. And there's Katy. And there they've put a rope around her stomach to see if they can pull her out. That's not going to work. They tried to dig Katy out, but the dirt was too soft. Policemen came. The fire department came. Everyone tried to help Katie. Oh, there's some people coming. The firemen, you can tell by their fire hats. The police officer, you can tell by his uniform. Then someone had an idea. The firemen pumped water into the hole. Ah, very clever. Look, at first she's getting a little sip of water. You can see that. She's lapping up the water. Here comes the water from the hose. And there's Mrs. Green. That's probably Farmer Green. There's the police officer. They're all watching. Let's see what happens with Katie. As the water got higher, Katie began to swim. Soon she was high enough for the men to pull her out. After that, Katie was not so curious. She stayed home where she belonged and was always good Katie. Katie learned her lesson. Katie learned her lesson. There she is right there. She got in trouble when she left her home. It's a good story. It's called The Curious Cow. Okay, everyone. Let's say goodbye to Abs. There she is. Abby, can you look up? Nope. She's sleeping. Okay, everyone. So good to see you. Miss Deborah and I miss you so very much. We hope to see you very soon. In the meantime, check in. I'll be reading more stories. Goodbye.